Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for another discussion with Mark. We're going to be asking a few questions. Is that okay, Mark?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. The question I'm going to ask is, how do people form their own councils?
Okay, so here's the whole lot of it. I'll give you guys the whole bit of it. Okay. First of all, you need to form yourself into units of actually three, which is like the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, which is called trust. Yeah, it's another way of saying executor, beneficiary, and the administrator. Okay, and the ability to enforce that trust position, like having a certificate of live birth, like having a live life claim. That is the foundation. That's the beginning of you proving to yourself and to the other people that are on your live life claim or live birth or both, which can be found on my website, okay, that you are able to work with two other people, you being the third one. Okay, and that you formed that holy then thou holy, eye of providence by forming a triangle.
Yeah.
Okay, the triangle is the trust, the symbol for trust law. Once you've achieved that, you've acquired the eye of providence, which is the eye within. And when you progress, you're able to form the G inside that triangle, which is to generate, which is to ignite your genie. It tells people that you have a trust position. What does that mean? It means one can easily be corrupt. I cannot be corrupted because I've been tested and tested financially, faith-wise, prosecution-wise, and the list goes on. I've been tested and I survived all of that. So I can take up that position of the one. Okay? That is something that's very important.
Yeah.
So when you've formed yourself into that trust position, you're now able to contact other people on that level plane about what you want to do or they want to do to form a council. So how do you form a council? You get 12 people and the 13th one, which is usually the fiduciary within the 12, like Jesus and the 12, like the constellation, and Lucifer being the one that travels from one point of the house to the other without any question. Yeah, that means all the other constellations will accept him because he's neutral, he has wisdom, and he has the eye of Horus. Okay? If you take the egotistic side of things, then of course you believe that Lucifer brings up the sun. This is all just, narcissistic nonsense. Okay, but it's his ability to reflect the light of the Creator upon the 12. Okay, like Jesus and the 12. So when everybody comes together and they come on a level plane, all right, and with a fiduciary, which is the 13th, as in the 13 colonies, you're now in a position to talk what you want to do. What do you want to do as a council? That means you need to draw up your constitution, not articles, because that's artistry, and that's for the realm of acting, like parliament, senators, governors, the judiciary, the executive, and etc. They're all actors. Once you form that council, you're now able to take that constitution and that council to any part of the world that you wish. To any part of the world that you wish, that anybody wants to sign up to. The word is autograph, too. Okay? So, when you have 13 people, you now have to agree upon something. Try doing that, because most people won't.
I know it's really hard.
It's not that it's hard. It's because you have to learn to purge the anally bleached people from your council from ever coming in. The holy crusaders, the religious people, the Jews, the Muslims, the Christians, the Buddhists and the Buddhists and the whatever assholes are out there. Okay, and I'm happy to use that type of word. You are now able to go out into the world and get the permission of 500 people or more in order to enter the World Forum as a voting. because that's the minimum you need for a gene pool.
Really? 500?
Just 500 or more.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you have 500 or more, you've got the attention of the world. You've got the attention of the world.
Yeah.
Now you can enter the political forum. You can now enter the corporate forum, the cooperative forum.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can enter the world of the financial banking sector because you've got 13 colonies. That's why the Federal Reserve only have 12, not 13.
Really?
Yeah, I had to fill that.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they only have 12 reserve banks in the United States, not the 13th.
I've just remembered something.
Because that's my position.
We've only got 12 months. Were you meant to have 13?
We're supposed to have 13. That's why my position in that sense is known as the 13th of the 13th month.
Okay.
Our true calendar has always been 13.
Yeah.
That's why I think the Ethiopians still follow the 13th calendar.
Yeah.
And they're looking for the one that will fulfill the criteria to be able to set all the other houses free. Yeah. You remember, these are all written in code, okay? Pictorially as well. You remember Heath Ledger in that movie Batman?
Yeah.
When he comes into that restaurant scene where they are having their meeting.
Gas mask.
No, he does not wear a gas mask. That's Bane.
Oh.
So this is Heath Ledger. He comes in, and he comes in as what? As the 13th. Who is on that table? There are 12 people. But the film industry portrays that to the fiction people as being gangsters. That's Jesus and the 12 disciples. They're about to burn off the Federal Reserve Bank.
What one was that? I'm trying to.
That's the Keith Ledger one, where he comes in with the mask.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Now. He died. That guy.
he gets a pencil and he puts it on the table,
Yeah.
and the bodyguard comes around to teach the Joker a lesson, and he pushes his face into the pencil. That's that scene. That's Jesus. And those are his 12 disciples. But it's played out to the fiction world as if they are the villains. Their purpose is to form so they can purge the shadow world, what's known as shadow banking, from the world. Who controls the shadow world? Batman.
Yes.
He comes at you in the dark. He don't do nothing. He don't sort out the politician, the corruption. He goes for men that rob banks.
Yeah.
Or, vandalize cars.
Help the government.
Yeah, he doesn't go after the real criminals, the pedophiles. He doesn't go after the people that plow little babies into the food supply.
No.
He's a piece of shit. That's all he is. Yeah. So what is it that I'm saying? When you form that council, you will no longer be the laughing stock.
Yeah. You'll be able to make actual.
You will be able to play a deck of cards.
Yeah.
You'll be able to play a deck of cards. You need to throw out the jack, not the joker, out of the deck of cards. Not the joker. The joker is Jesus.
Yes.
That's what the deck of cards represents. And all these things are being ritualized right in front of your face.
So we carry on walking, talking, and being a product for them, basically, and never actually touch the truth.
Correct.
Or touch the real mirror. We're behind the mirror thinking we're in front of it.
That's correct. You're trapped in a mirror world. So, first of all, you need to form yourself into groups of 3, just like that.
Yep.
Like they all say to you,
Yeah.
form yourself into trust so you can get yourself out of the legislative, the executive, and judicial. Because if you form that, you're able to form yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you do that, if you've got the ambition, you can form yourself into a council. You need to find 12 other people as well as another one to be able to form a council. When you've drawn up your constitution, not articles, you can now go to the rest of the world, not just your country, but the rest of the world, because it's globalism. To the rest of the world, and if 500 or more people back you, you now have what is known as a write-in.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a write-in, and then you can take that and now start to dictate your terms and conditions.
So where would you write to with your writing? Would you write to like the
Writing is a mechanical, bureaucratic, mechanical process
Oh.
for them to elect you or vote you in. It's a bureaucratic mechanism called a write-in. Okay, I've already been written in. Year after year, people write me in. This is the guy. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So it's really as simple as that. So why don't people do it?
Because they don't know a lot of
They
things.
do know. I've actually had people approach me, say, can you teach me? They fail even on the first meeting. They don't even turn up. Yeah. So if they want me to train them, they can come to me, but there are rules. Each one of you pay your own way. And you show me that you have commitment for the next 25 years to do this. Otherwise, F off. F off is my word. Because I ain't wasting my time teaching idiots to do idiotic things.
Yeah.
I've given you the entire mechanism.
Yeah. It's on your website, I know it is. And you've given us quite a few references, like films of, was it Pimlico? Ticket to Pimlico?
Yeah. You know, Ticket to, it's called Pimlico, Ticket to Pimlico. It's a black and white movie, and it teaches you how to become sovereign.
Yeah.
You know, I'm using the word sovereign sparsely because it's another word for super anus, as in super arsehole.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you have value, whether it's gold or your word or to form a council, they will take you serious.
Yeah.
They will take you serious because that's the mechanism. When you've done that, you've now moved away from the world of fiction. You've now moved away from the ITV news, the BBC news, the
Acts of Parliament.
the Acts of Parliament. You know, all that is just bullshit. And you enter the world of men and women.
The factual plane.
Yeah. Remember, the 12 constellations are reflected in the 12 disciples.
Yeah.
Not something to be taken lightly. And remember, Lucifer, the morning star, is the only one they will accept in each one of their houses without question.
Really?
That's why I have access to each one of those houses, and they'll listen to what I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have I got the message across?
I think you have, Mark, to be honest. It doesn't take a lot. It only takes 3 to start with. And if you can't find 2 people that you trust, give up.
Then you're very poor.
Then you're very poor. If you can't make that trust, that truth between 3 of you, that triangle, that is indestructible, that's fair on every side. And if you can't find that, then obviously you haven't got a chance. But most people have got 2 people in their life that they can trust. And, you know, obviously finding 13 might be difficult because there's a lot of narcissists.
Why would it be difficult?
Well, just because there's always someone trying to infiltrate.
So who are you to put barriers in?
No, I'm not trying to put barriers in. I'm just saying that there's
But
always
when
that
you say it's
narcissist.
difficult, when you say it's difficult, you're priming them. I never use the word difficult. No. I said these are the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
You have to agree.
Yeah,
but when you tell the audience that it's difficult, then they are susceptible
only just to
difficult.
me, not to everyone. I'm not saying it's
So
difficult.
you're
to
talking
you.
about yourself.
Yeah. Apologies to the audience, but it's not difficult for you. I've just found it difficult myself to find 13 people that, you know, doesn't want to infiltrate you.
But how honest is that? How truthful is that? It's not. It's you sympathizing with ourselves. Because you've got, I've got, we've got, just on the champions, over 160 something odd people. And on my website, that over 70 people or 80 people, and it's still coming in, have put in their paperwork to tell the government, you're not going to touch the children.
Yeah.
You're not going to plow babies into our food supply, and we want you to hang by the neck until you are dead. Donald Trump made it very clear. And in a little while, you know, it's what at the moment? It's the 11th Wednesday, January 2023. If I can do it today, I'll be giving commands to Donald Trump because he wants a death penalty for people that do vile and, you know, heinous crimes against mankind. He wants that.
Yeah.
And I'll get Joe Biden to sign off on it as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So for those people that might say, well, he's not the president. Well, you don't know very much about America, do you? He never resigned his presidency.
Yeah.
He's still the president.
Of the factual world as well. It's the fiction that they like to put Joe in front of, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor.
Oh,
He's
brilliant.
Have you seen him ever give a speech to the UN? He can speak flawlessly for 1 hour
No.
without a single slip up, you know.
No.
And you don't know whether he's the actor or the real person. The point is,
Illusion.
it's an illusion all the way. There is a clear distinction between the world of fact and the world of fiction. Yeah. Okay, my website even has a dedicated page of all the, anally bleached people that I've come across, the narcissist,
Yeah.
the psychopath, the complete and utter idiots.
Yes.
Yeah, and if they email me, if the audience emails me, I'll send a footage to them, private footage, and what I did to one of the psychopaths that came to me. Thought he can do it. Just verbally demoralized him until he collapses under his own weight. That's why you don't ever screw around with the one that has that eye of providence. Yeah. You don't mess around with the 13th
Yeah.
of the 13th month. You don't do it, because he is not a holy man. He's anything but what you think he is. He is self-autonomous, and his sole purpose is to safeguard this planet and the life forms on it. Yeah. And to get people out of the fiction world, out of the mirror, and face the facts, as it were. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark, for that discussion. We'll be back soon.
Okay.